Hi everyone, I'm Kaylee and I'm a floral designer. I had the absolute honor of doing one of my childhood friends' wedding flowers back in March, and I hope you enjoy watching me make some flowers for Courtney and her now husband Josh. Starting off, I am processing all of the flowers that came in for Courtney's wedding. I had them delivered to my parents' house because I was living in San Marcos, Texas at the time, but Courtney was getting married in our hometown. And so my parents thankfully let me transform their garage into my studio for half of a week. I like to start out designing wedding flowers by organizing every single moving piece that's going to happen for me to design up all the way until delivering and breaking down the flowers. And that is honestly one of my favorite things to do. I love planning out the little schedule. I like to start out by prepping all of the vases and flowers and kind of organizing them by arrangement and what they are being used for. After processing all the flowers, as you can see behind me, I have organized all of the flowers into their respective vases. I like to do this for the bridesmaids and the bridal flowers because, duh, it's the bride. She needs the best flowers, of course. I would say the bridal and bridesmaids are getting photographed quite a bit, so I like to put the best blooms in there so they get priority. Next, I am making Courtney's bridal portrait bouquet, so I made kind of a mock bridal bouquet for her. And here she is in all her glory. Starting off on day 2, I delivered the mock bridal bouquet to Courtney, which she loved, and so I have the rest of the day to finish all of the bridesmaids bouquets, and then next on my list is to do the bridal bouquet. So today is all about the handheld bouquets. Courtney and I have known each other for over 10 years now, which is just so crazy for me to think about. But we met in the 6th grade in band, and we became majorettes together the next year, which is baton twirling. And we twirled together all throughout high school as well, and we've been friends since then. Her and I and 2 of our other friends, Haley and Angel, would always meet up with each other during the summers of college, or something we'd love to do is have a Christmas party together, and we've been doing that for 10 years as well. So we've just been long friends. I've been designing flowers for about 2 years now, and at the time I was the wedding specialist for the studio that I was working at. So when Courtney and Josh got engaged, I offered to do their wedding flowers, and from watching this video you can tell they gladly accepted, and I'm so happy that they did because this has been my most favorite wedding to do flowers for. It was a super special process. Courtney is one of the first of my friends to get married. As I mentioned before, we've had a very long friendship and we know each other's families very well. She is the first friend that I've done wedding flowers for, or just like the first person I know personally to do wedding flowers for. So it was so special, and I had so much fun doing the flowers, and I took it very, very seriously. So seriously, because I wanted them to be perfect for my friend. This is one of the reasons why I try not to get my face in the videos, because I make such a weird face when I'm concentrating. Ew! I think I restarted Courtney's bridal bouquet like 5 times because I wanted it to look amazing and perfect, and so I just had to completely just take apart everything that was in my hand and organize them again, because the base just really sets it up for the rest of the bouquet, and so it just wasn't doing what I wanted it to look like, and I had a vision in my head, and so I just retried it until it worked, and it did, and it becomes so beautiful in the end. I can't wait for you to see. A quick little check for the bouquet before I put the yellow in. I stopped here and took some pictures because I thought it looked so beautiful at this point. So yeah, just a little moment for her before I add in the rest. Teaching my mom how to reflex rose petals, and then just enjoy our voices in the next few clips because we sound like Animal Crossing characters. I know my mom's not in a lot of the video, but she did a whole bunch of work to help me during all of this, which I am so grateful for. She did a lot of the nitty-gritty work that's kind of tedious in the flower work. She helped me clean up every day, and of those flowers that are at the edge of the video, those white ones, those are called Campanula. They were out of my original order, but I really wanted them in Courtney's bridal bouquet. And so she helped me track some down, and she went into town and got them for me and filled in some other little fine details that just pull everything together. And so thank you, Mom. I'm putting in the last few details and checking it here and there, and the stress is melting away. It's almost done, and thanks to my mom for being my hype woman and appreciating the beauty of the bridal bouquet and taking pictures of it. Had a little photo shoot, and she's done, and I love her.
Yeah, you can just take a lot. I think this one's topped. This might be my new favorite. It's done.
And there she is, the focal piece. I am absolutely thrilled with how it turned out.
Thin white satin.
The morning of day 3 is dedicated to all these small personal flowers, the boutonnieres, the corsages, and I love these. I love making these. They are just like little baby bouquets that you just pin on a shirt. Well, jacket. I love doing them because there's just so much little detail and so much care. You have to be very precise, but also light-handed at the same time. And it's an art, and I love doing this. I hope you've noticed some of the bird noises in the background. My parents' neighbors have martin boxes in their yard, and so since it's spring, they're just everywhere, and there's so many of them, and I think they just make some of the most interesting bird noises. They almost sound like little aliens to me. And this was my first time trying a corsage this way, and I loved how it turned out. There was definitely some discrepancy in explaining how to tie it on because I had a thought of how it should look when it ties it on, but it didn't end up that way on one of the women that was wearing them. So definitely next time that I do a corsage like this, I will include some kind of instruction of how to tie it on the wrist. Next up are the urns. These are the last 2 arrangements that I have to finish for Courtney's wedding flowers. Yippee! But this was a daunting task because once I was done with this, I had to get ready for the rehearsal dinner right after and like immediately leave. And I was actually using a new method that I haven't used before. So there was some trial and error going on at the same time when I was on a time crunch, which is just kind of the balance between being the florist and in the wedding party. So I made it work. Obviously, I got it all done, and I even took a few pictures with my flowers at the end, you'll see. The reason why they're called urns is because of the shape of the vase at the bottom. Those are just called urns, and that's just what I call them. But these flowers are specifically for the ceremony. They are getting married in Courtney's church that she grew up in, which is so sweet, and I had actually never been in it before, but it was so beautiful. There was so much stained glass everywhere, and so I just loved it. Courtney had a lot of trust in me and gave me a lot of leeway on design, which I really appreciated as a designer because I love just being able to play with flowers and try new things. And I was really able to put my style of designing into her wedding flowers, which just made me love doing her flowers even more. So this is my first YouTube video. It's my first time doing it for myself and kind of sharing something that I love. And so I hope all of you are enjoying it so far. And I can't wait for you to see how the flowers look at the wedding. All the vision that I had just came to fruition, and it was just so special because I really did just put my whole heart into these flowers, and you can tell because it turned out great. And I'm just so proud of myself, but I'm also just so happy to be able to showcase more love on Courtney's wedding day. I think the reveal spoke for itself. Courtney loved it, and it was just so heartwarming to be able to reveal my work to the bride. I've never been able to do that before, and so that was so much fun. I love the experience, and now I am setting up the bud vases with the help of my parents and one of Courtney's family members. There's us running around like little ants, and it turned out so beautiful, and I thought it was so cute how much my dad enjoyed doing this. I am really grateful for both my parents for all of their help, and also for the other bridesmaids and Courtney's family members. They were all so helpful and hands-on, and I just appreciate them so much. And here are the flowers in action at the wedding, and some pictures and videos of us having so much fun at the wedding. It was a beautiful ceremony and super fun reception. congratulations, Courtney and Josh, and I am so happy for you two. And here's to a happy and loving marriage.